Today's video is brought to you by Sleeper. So you think you know football, huh? Okay, let's turn your football knowledge into real money. Download the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players. With more stats than any other daily fantasy app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live stats. Pick more or less from predicted stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money if your pick wins. So use the promo code CFO and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. So download Sleeper now and let's get this money, gang.
Yo, what is up, CFO gang, man? It's your boy Jay Tuck. So to everybody, as you guys can clearly see, I'm not in the studio right now, so we're not doing cover 3. I'm actually on the road. I'm actually in Chicago, man. So to everybody out there in the Chi, I'm actually in Chicago. I'll be out here pretty much for a whole week. So I'm streaming on my iPad right now, so I don't have all the glitz and glamour. So talk to DMV and Roman, hey, bro, the show's going to look like cover 3. Because that's what's built into my iPad, and I can't go and adjust it, man. I'm just got done running by the lake right now. We got my 3 miles in. But they have a good time in Chicago, beautiful city if you haven't ever been. But let's shoot to everybody in the chat. Let's see here. My dog, Lord Nova's in the building. Kelvin, what's going on with you, bro? My sister, Deek's in the building. What's going on with you, sis? So we got a lot to talk about, but we're going to vibe. You know, so I got some free time on my hands this week as I'll be sitting here in this hotel room, kind of no itinerary. So I figured, you know what? I might as well just go live and talk to Cowboys Nation and address a lot of y'all questions. A lot of people have been asking me questions on social media, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. So it's the easiest way to do it is just go live and address it. But before we do that, Sleeper, of course, since our sponsors in Sleeper, right now they got a free promo. You don't have to make a deposit. They're giving you a free $20 to play on Sleeper. So just download the app, use the code CFO. They're going to give you a free $20 to play. And if you put $100 in, they'll match a $100 deposit as well. So just Sleeper, man. I've been getting money on Sleeper. But yeah, like I said, I'm in Hotel Chicago. But yo, Victory Monday, Cowboys Nation. Victory Monday, Cowboys Nation. And I mean, honestly, y'all should feel good. I know there's some people saying, it's just the Jets, it's just the Jets. But what was extremely important, one of the important things that I wanted to see yesterday was the Dallas Cowboys. Were they going to go out there and just handle business versus the team that they're better than? Like, that's all I really wanted to see. Like, when you're going to go out there and just clearly handle business against an opponent that you are clearly better than, right? And they went out there and did it. Now, I've been having some fun on my Twitter account. You know me, because I'm petty. You know what I'm saying? I'm petty. I'm petty a little bit. I got a lot of pettiness in me, right? About 3 months ago, I had made a video and we had went live, and I explained from an analytical standpoint, a film standpoint, why Dak Prescott will have an MVP caliber season. I never said he's going to be the MVP, right? But he will be in the running if healthy. And y'all remember that show? I had some crazy callers calling in telling me I was crazy and all this, right? The little content creator, suit to him. You know, he called in saying he just didn't see Dak Prescott being able to do it because he doesn't have the talent. To all those people, what are you saying now? To all those people who were calling in on that show, calling me crazy, all in the comments, that Dak Prescott wasn't capable of playing at an MVP level, what do you have to say now? You lucky I don't have the phone lines on, because I would tell y'all to call in, but y'all not going to do that, of course, right? But Dak Prescott, y'all, is playing at extremely high level, y'all. He is out there carrying him. Yeah, bro, you know Dak is balling. When I saw Stephen A, because here's the one thing I hate about traveling. I just told myself this. I need to start carrying like a fire stick with me, because I hate having to watch cable TV, because when I travel in hotels, all I pretty much have to watch is ESPN. So like First Take, Colin Cowherd. But I saw Stephen A give Dak Prescott credit. I saw Colin Cowherd give Dak Prescott credit. Like, all the people who hates Dak's guts was giving him credit. So that's how good a football Dak Prescott's playing right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how good he's playing. Yes, it's like, I ignore all the negativity. Facts, right? Smart. But that's how good Dak Prescott is playing. Now, here's the funny part, right? So I watch ESPN like pretty much since I got here. I got this morning like at 7 in the morning. So I've kind of been sitting in the room watching some ESPN, getting rested because I have to be at the airport like at 3 this morning. So I'm just kind of tired, right? Bro, they keep saying, oh, Dak is playing without 3 offense. No. Dak is not playing missing 3 offensive linemen. It's actually 4. 4, right? You had Tyler Guyton out, Tyler Smith out, Cooper Beebe out, and Tyler Booker out. 4 offensive linemen. And Dak went out there, and the offense not miss a beat. You're also missing CeeDee Lamb. You're also missing Kevontae Turpin as well. All right? Dak is playing at an MVP level. For all you Dak haters, even if there is no way you can call yourself a Cowboys fan, even if you hate Dak, and not be appreciative of what Ford is doing for this team right now. There's no way. There is no way. There is no way you can either call you. If you're just a Dak hater who masquerades as a Cowboys fan, okay, cool, I get it, right? But if there's any Cowboys blue and silver pumping through your veins, and you can't see the benefit of having Dak Prescott out there, it might be time for you to switch to another team because this ain't going to work for you. It's not. Dak Prescott is playing at an extremely high level, and he's covering a lot of the inefficiencies that we have currently with this team. There was offensive linemen out there that y'all probably couldn't even name without a media guide and didn't miss a beat. That is testament to the quality of quarterback that we have in Dakota Rain Prescott. And listen, Cowboys Nation, don't ever take that for granted. Don't ever take having a quarterback like this for granted because it ain't easy. Let's toss Cleveland out of it, right? Let's focus in our division. You have seen how long it's taken the Giants to kind of get a quarterback that they're kind of Daniel Jones is balling on the Indy, so the Giants made a problem, right? But you see how long it's taken the Giants to kind of get that glimmer of hope quarterback since moving on from Eli Manning? It's been a gap. Cleveland, it's a gap. Like, when teams move on from quarterbacks, it typically isn't just instant success. We gotten lucky. The Packers have gotten lucky, right? But that's not the NFL standard. So for the fact that we were able to go from Tony Romo to Dak Prescott, we are extremely blessed, Cowboys Nation, and you should take it for granted. If Joe Milton is our quarterback, we are 0 for right now. We have 0 wins right now if Joe Milton was our quarterback. If Shedeur Sanders, and I like Shedeur, right? We are a winless team right now with Shedeur Sanders as our quarterback, especially as bad as this defense was playing. We are the laughing stock of the NFL. And just like Paul is saying, these quarterbacks don't come around often. And when you get one, you cherish them. We have a quarterback, and Brian Schottenheimer, I'm not a Brian Schottenheimer hater, right? I like Brian Schott. He's a good guy. I am pulling for Schotty. But the one thing that separates Brian Schottenheimer, Aaron Glenn, right, Kellen Moore, Brian Johnson, or Ben Johnson, not Brian Johnson, Ben Johnson here in Chicago is Schotty has a quarterback that can cover the tab. That's the main difference. Schotty has a quarterback that can just cover the tab. And what people have to understand, right? Because I'm not going to change this into a Dak Hurts thing. But right now, people are saying, oh, Jalen Hurts is going through his third offensive coordinator. Now he has Kevin Petula, and he's an in-house hire, right? Cool, right? I do agree. There is some that goes into that when it comes to Jalen Hurts and what's the problem with the Eagles offense. But this is not an Eagles channel. We have to understand, y'all, 4, from Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett to Kellen Moore to Mike McCarthy to now Brian Schottenheimer. That is 4 different offensive coordinators, and you have never seen Dak fall off a cliff. Like the interception year, right, it was kind of an anomaly, and we knew that wasn't going to last. But through 4 different offensive coordinators, you haven't seen Dak Prescott fall off a cliff. Wait, what? Amari Hampton to IR? What happened to Hampton? What the hell happened to Hampton? Oh, man. Hope that's not the case. But Dak has had 4 different offensive coordinators, and he's remained consistent. He's remained consistent. All right? That's not easy to do. That's not easy to do. And I say this in jest, right? Sit back and watch an NFL game. Just next Sunday, I want you to watch an NFL game. Watch how many quarterbacks. Watch Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, right? They're all reading off their wristbands, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. Our quarterback don't do that, y'all. Our quarterback is playing the quarterback position at the highest level, not one. He is playing the quarterback position at the highest level in the NFL. Baker Mayfield is balling, but the way that Baker is playing quarterback isn't how Dak Prescott's playing quarterback. And you have to be not even a football savant, but you really have to understand the game of football to appreciate what Dak Prescott's doing, and it's amazing, y'all. It's amazing. It's amazing where he's covering all the flaws for you. He's covering all the flaws. For all the people, I don't think Dak Prescott is worth that money. Well, you have 4 offensive linemen out. Dak put it on his tab. You have your top wide receivers out. Dak put it on his tab. Your defense prior to yesterday couldn't get a stop to save their life. Dak put it on their tab. You have a brand new head coach in his very first year, and he's still surviving because Dak has put it on his tab. Sounds to me that's worth it. That sounds to me like it's worth it. What's up, Los? What's going on with you, dog? Right. Now, sis. Right. Lamar Jackson isn't playing well. I agree. But also, I'm being nice on Victory Monday. I'm being nice. But some of you people, no names, because I'm in my meditation, some of you people who actually publicly fixed your lips to put Cooper Rush in the same sentence as Dak Prescott as a quarterback deserve to get y'all asses kicked. Y'all deserve to have some of y'all channels taken down. Y'all deserve some of y'all station credentials to be pulled. Some of y'all deserve the right to never, ever, 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 ever be respected again when it comes to talking the game of football. You know what I'm saying? Some of you, if you fix your lips to put Cooper Rush in the same sentence of Dak Prescott at the quarterback position, you have lost all football credibility with me personally. I'm not speaking for everybody else. But come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's getting to the point, if you're disrespect. Now, I'm not saying Dak is perfect, right? No quarterback's perfect. Pat Mahomes might go out here and fuck up tonight. You know what I'm saying? He might, who knows, right? No quarterback is perfect. But if you fix your lips to say Dak Prescott isn't top 5, top 7, top 10, all football credibility with me is out the window. There's no way you can explain it. There's no way you can explain it. Right? You might got some other stuff behind the scenes that you don't like about Dak. You might not like something about him personally, but from a football perspective, there is no way at all that you can diminish the way that this man is playing football. And here's the crazy part. I said this on Twitter because a lot of people are like, oh, Dak's playing the MVP. This isn't new. This isn't new. As much as people hated Mike McCarthy and his stale Texas offense, Dak was playing at an MVP level then. Dak won Rookie of the Year with Kellen and Lillahan. Dallas Cowboys team 40 burgers was under Kellen Moore. This isn't new. All you have to do is give Dak some weapons and give him some help and sit back and let him do the rest. Now, you can have questions about his durability and staying healthy. And even yesterday, as he was taking off scrambling, my heart was scrambling because that MetLife and that turf, bro, let's just get down. You know what I'm saying? I respect you, Dak, for using your legs and all that stuff, bro. But at MetLife, my heart was racing. Right? Just get down. You know what I'm saying? Just, yeah, right? But from a football perspective, y'all, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that are playing the game at his level. And that's a Josh Allen, like Josh, right? Baker Mayfield, even Pat Mahomes, they aren't doing what Dak is doing. Dak deserves the credit, right? Now, it's not over. It's not over. Still a lot of football to be done. And here's what the cowards do to us, y'all. But let's just see what he does in the playoffs. Let's just see what Justin Herbert does in the playoffs. How about that? Oh, yeah. Y'all want to play games? I want to play a game. Right? I want to play games too. All right? I want to play games too. Let's just see what Dak does. Let's just see what Trevor Lawrence does in the playoffs. Well, I understand what he does in the regular season. Let's just see what Lamar Jackson does in the playoffs. Well, I mean, he hasn't even got. Well, let's just see what Jared Goff does in the playoffs. Right? We are in 2025, about to be 2026. We are further enough advanced. We have ChatGPT that can just bring Tupac back and Biggie and make them fight in WrestleMania. We have more than enough resources for football fans to stop placing postseason success on one position. We're too advanced for that. That's my first football conversation. Right? That's my first football conversation. Oh, winning is a quarterback stat. I remember when I was young and I first started talking football debates, I thought that shit was true too. We are way past that stage of life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the grades. We're old now. I'm not doing, a win is a win. It's a quarterback stat. Absolutely not. We have the number one offense and the worst ranked defense in the league. How are we going to tell me winning is a quarterback stat? Football is the ultimate team game. Right? Basketball season is about to start, right? So to my Mavs fans out there, right? Basketball is a little different. LeBron can go drop 70 and then lock up your number one scorer as well and get you 17 rebounds, right? So you have that ability in basketball. You know what I'm saying? In football, it's the ultimate team sport. Dak can throw the ball 100 yards. somebody, his teammate, has to catch it. That can be magnificent. His offensive line has to protect. His defense has to get stops. Football is the ultimate team sport. That's why I love it so much. Because everybody has to be in unison for it to work. Everybody. Offensive line, from the left tackle all the way to the right tackle, everybody has to be in unison for it to work. It's a beautiful sport once you learn the game. You know? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Everything has to click. Special teams has to be on track. Like, it's a unit for all my military people out there. So to my military people out there, y'all understand that? You can't just be like, you know what? I'm a Marine and I'm going to go out there and just win this war by myself. No. You're trusting everybody to cover your six, everything, right? It's the ultimate team game. But for some people whose thought process is just so shallow, they wanted to say it's just the quarterback because that's the easiest way they've been taught. Now, Dak played phenomenal, but some other people played phenomenal. Offensive line. This is my dog Lou. I know he loves offensive linemen, right? My guy, TJ Bass, stepped in, the dog catcher. Brock Hoffman deserves flowers. Brock Hoffman just stays ready, Cowboys Nation. When it's time to go, right guard, left guard, center, Brock Hoffman stays on go. Nate Thomas. You beat me to it, Paul. Nate Thomas played outstanding. And we're starting to see it be consistent. So, it's Victory Monday. We're going to chill a little bit. But listen, Cowboys Nation. We're going to have this conversation. We are going to have this conversation. We're going to have it. I can't get to my film. I got the film, but I can't cut it up and do the film session. But yeah, Lou, it's a conversation. It is a conversation, and we're going to see if Shotty is a man of his word right now. All right? Like I said, I'm riding with you, Shotty. But now let's see if you're a man of your word. Because all offseason, we've been hearing about competition. No job is safe. We want to push each other. The best players play. Well, Nate Thomas has earned that right. Marist has earned that right. Shamar James has earned that right. James Houston has earned that right. Those four, if you're going off of peer competition, best man wins, no job is safe. Those four, Thomas, Shamar, Maris, James. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, duh. Oh, yeah, my bad. And Ryan Flournoy. Those five. I don't want to hear, hey, well, Nate Thomas stepped in and played well, and Shamar James is young, and he came in and gave us a, but Jack, he's our lead. I don't want to hear no Jack shit. I don't want to hear no Jack. JC, what dog? What's going on with you, bro? I don't want to hear no Jack. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. No, I don't want to do that because he's hurt, right? But you know what I'm saying? When Jack Sanborn gets fully healthy, and I wish him best in his recovery because concussions are nothing to play with. Hit the road, Jack, And don't you come back no more. What you say? Hey, dog, I'm not going back to what I saw our linebackers do yesterday, to that slow, can't turn, can't run, can't process linebacker play. I ain't going back to that. And if I got to raise hell, Matt Eberflus, I will. I ain't going. I know that's your guy. I know he's from here in Chicago, right? Mm-mm. 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 The Cowboys defense did exactly what I was trying to tell them. I did. I got the tweets and go see the post, right? If you want to get this defense move in the right direction, you have to go with young, hungry players that just don't know no better. Hurts my heart because my dog Zion Childress would have probably been in this mix, but we sent him. He got sniped up, right? But you have to go with young, hungry players where this is their opportunity of a lifetime. Granted, they might not have it, right? Wanye probably doesn't have the mental aspect that Malik Hooker and Donovan has. But damn it, I know Wanye's going to give me 1,000%. Shamar James probably doesn't know this defense like Jack Sanborn and Maris, but those two are going to give me 1,000%. James Houston probably isn't as seasoned as a Clowney or even a Fowler. Fowler played well, right? But he's going to give me 1,000%. I will take that, right? I will take Maris coming downhill, hitting someone in the back on accident, right? Because he's flying. He's getting to the ball, right? I will take that 1,000 times as a defensive guy. I will take that. So you're going to have these conversations. You're going to have these conversations like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the best teacher. And getting back to Ryan Flo, right? The reason that there was an attraction in the draft for Ryan Flo is because of his athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if you guys don't know, right? But I played college football with Ryan Flannery's wide receiver coach at SMU, Southeast Missouri, right? So he was my wide receiver in college, right? So even last night or yesterday, at noon, I was texting Matt, you know what I'm saying, Coach Martin. And he was like, yeah, that's the Ryan we know. Like, Ryan was a guy who didn't get any looks, right? He didn't get any offers. He's from small school, just off the grid, but extremely athletic. But the one thing that Coach Martin was saying about Ryan Flo is that if he gets an opportunity, Tuck, he's not going to let it go. And that's just who he is. Like, and a lot of people think that dog means rah, 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 la, 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 rah. You know what I'm saying? Rah, rah, rah. That's a dog. Like that's a dog, right? And that sometimes that can be a dog, but that can be fake dog. You know what I'm saying? But I like guys who have a chip on their shoulder. Like, that's the type of dog, right? That, hey, don't nobody believe in me, but when I get my opportunity, I ain't letting you go. Like, that's a dog mentality, right? And now you're putting the Cowboys in a situation. Now, here is where I'm a little, I don't know how it's going to all shape out, because Ryan Flo played well, right? He played well, and it all depends on the injuries. But I'm telling you guys this, y'all can put it on Tuck's tab. We've seen what Dak Prescott has done with George Pickens, and it looks phenomenal. Give Dak Prescott Jonathan Mingo, y'all. I just got to see it. I just got to see it before I can come to my overall final conclusion. All right? But Ryan Flo has deserved more snaps, of course, right? But I think the best is yet to come, y'all, because if Dak unlocks that Ole Miss Jonathan Mingo, y'all, it is going to be scary. Now, I'm not sure because he's still in the IR when he's going to return or whatnot, so how that whole thing is shaping out, right? But if Dak unlocks that Ole Miss Jonathan Mingo, he's scary, y'all. He's scary. He's scary. You know what I'm saying? So we have some guys waiting in the wings. And I know, like, Flo played well. You know, Kevontae Turpin is still going to be in the mix. So I still have him as our wide receiver 2.5. But the Tolbert Flo thing, that's where the argument really comes. And Flo gives you more upside ability. You know, it's not just Brian Flo. I'm going to be honest. I feel like you guys know I love I don't know I love him, but I like Jalen Tolbert, right? Because Jalen Tolbert is a guy that's just going to go do his job. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do his job. He's going to do his job. No ask for no more, none less. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what Tolbert's going to do. But in Ryan Flo, also Mingo, also is not going to happen. But Trayshawn Holden, they give you guys that once they get the ball in their hands, watch out. Watch out. Right? Those, and I kind of call it the easiest way I can explain this, y'all, is like, think about like basketball terms, right? You have basketball players and then you have hoopers. You see what I'm saying? Like Flo, Mingo, Holden, those guys are just hoopers, right? Those are guys that don't need to stretch. They can just, you know what I'm saying, just pull up to the court. Hey, I got next, right? Get on court. Just go get you buckets, right? Tolbert's more like a guy like, okay, if you put him in the right type of offense, run a few screens for him, get him open, you know, he's going to rebound. He's going to take a few charges. He's going to set picks. He's going to do all that stuff, right? But he's looking for a pure hooper. Those other three are pure natural hoopers. My dog Hoodie in the building. What's going on with you, bro? What's going on with you, dog? So, yeah. So, tough conversations. All right? Now, another tough conversation, Cowboys Nation, that we got to have. Y'all know, keep it real. And me and my dog, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now Marcus Smart in college, he was a dog. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like Marcus Smart, he's going to play defense, take charges, knock down an open three here and now then. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like you can just lean on Marcus Smart to give you victories. You know what I'm saying? He'll give you a cool little 10, 2 steals. You know what I'm saying? Kind of that, right? Yeah, exactly. Like Marcus Smart. But since the Marcus Smart, man, that was my dog, man, out of Oklahoma State. But yeah, versus, you know, I don't want to say Steph Curry, but Kyrie Irving, or, you know, like I said, like people like Michael Beasley. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Beasley is the type of player that, you know, no matter what, bro, if I just put him out there, right? Jamal Crawford, like those types of players, just put them on the court and just give them the ball. They a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Joe Johnson, that was in Atlanta. Like those types of people. You know what I'm saying? Like just give them the ball. Yeah, Melo. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't need a system for Melo. You didn't need to draw up two screens for Melo and run him off the baseline and do all that, bro. It's just, hey, man, get the ball in his hands and move out the way. Kyrie, you know what I'm saying? Like Kyrie, you don't have to draw anything up for Kyrie. Just here's the ball. Go make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Versus like Rip Hamilton. Y'all remember Rip Hamilton played for the Pistons? Like how he used to run off those screens. He put 2 screens on the baseline, another double screen, triple screen. And then when he got open, he would knock down the shot. But he wasn't the type of player where you just give Rip Hamilton the ball and just move out the way. You know what I'm saying? That's me on 2K. Facts. All my 2K builds are pure hoopers, bro. Just all you need to do for my 2K builds is just pass the ball in, and I got the rest. That's why I always play point guard on 2K. No, just pass the ball in, and y'all just go stand over there somewhere. And if I get stuck, I might decide to pass you the ball in the air. or I might run a pick and roll and throw you an alley-oop because I'm trying to get my playmaker badge up. Besides that, bro, just move out my way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kyrie is the playbook. So yeah, role players, which is perfectly fine, y'all. There are good role players. Like, they're needed. You don't need it. You don't need it. Man, honestly, Paul, I didn't play 2K probably since the last, like, 3 of them. I used to be heavy in 2K, but all my friends got old, and I'd be at the park playing solo and the rec playing solo, and people don't want to pass the ball, and I'd be staying in the park by myself, and people have squads, and I get booted off. I'm like, bro, I ain't got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for all that. But back in the day, me and my homeboys, we used to be on 2K like nonstop. You know what I'm saying? From pretty much like 7 on a Friday night to almost 4 in the morning, just running rec, running park. You know what I'm saying? As a bunch of my teammates I just play ball with. You know what I'm saying? But now, bro, it's like I go to the park, I be waiting for the game to get undone. Then some squad comes and pushes me off. Like, bro, I ain't got time for all that. Like, I'm just trying to get my games in real quick. And then all of a sudden, I have a certain build that's working. And then they'll patch it and then break the build. I got to put money in to buy a new. I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Now, getting back to the Cowboys. Be like, what are y'all talking about, right? We just vibing in the hotel, man. So to everybody, go ahead, like the stream, share the content. Everybody, let everybody know we are live right now. Like I said, I'm here in Chicago, just vibing out, man. Beautiful city, man. Chicago is like New York and Florida, kind of like mashes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got cities. I'm running around. You see all the traffic and skyline everywhere, but people are jumping. Now, all those people getting in that water. I ain't getting in that water. I know there's some sand by it, but people are jumping in that water. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I was just with my three miles, got my run in, do that. I heard 2K26 is nice though, but I'm just waiting on Grand Theft, to be honest with y'all, because I barely got time to play Madden in college. I ain't touched college in months, right? So it's just one of those things. But getting back to what me and Lou was talking about, this is just me. Don't have to be y'all, but for me personally, y'all, I'm kind of on the Jaden Blue situation. We'll have to fix it next year. Because, one, in a game like that, a blowout game, to say the least, Jaden Blue's carry should have been a whole lot heavier, right? And I was watching it closely because I bet on it, right? I bet for him to get over 13 rushing yards. And I saw in the fourth quarter, there was a situation where Javonte Williams, he waved. He was like, yo, come on. Like, he's after a big run, he was like, all right, in the fourth quarter, all right, come swap out, right? And he runs off the field, and all of a sudden he got the, nah, stay. He got the, no, stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So he's run off the field, and he was like, all right, and then he gives back in. So it just lets me know that when it comes to Jaden Blue as a running back, if Miles Sanders comes back, y'all, he's getting that spot right back. Like, right back. If Miles Sanders is clear of his injury, I think it was an ankle right for Miles Sanders, something like that. If he's clear tomorrow, he's getting that spot right back. So I just don't think that the Cowboys have the intentions to use Jaden Blue as a running back this year. So we'll have to have this conversation next year. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I know that Boss Lou and them have the RB1 situation hashtag. I would just tweak it just slightly if it was me. RB2 hashtag, right? Need RB2. Paul, I don't want to say he's a wasted pick. I just don't think they have I just think what Los said, I don't think they trust him, and I just don't think they have a vision for what he does. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, his run didn't look bad. The toss was kind of loud, right? The toss was kind of but it's like, I really don't know whose pick was that. I didn't listen to the audio, but it doesn't feel like that was a guy that Shotty was banging on the desk for. It may have been Will McClay in the front office. Because Shotty doesn't, like, if Lucy had that, bro, like, Shotty doesn't like those types of backs. You go back to what he had, at Georgia with Chubb, and, also in Seattle, and then also what he had in, technically the Jets, right? But it's like, Shotty doesn't like gadgety backs, right? He likes Javonte, right? That's why his eyes light up when he talked about Phil Maffa. He wants power. He wants grit. He wants punch, right? He doesn't like tiptoeing. You know what I'm saying? My dog, Ang, what's going on with you, dog? So it's just one of those things. So yeah, Damian Martinez, he wasn't gonna get Junkins, but there's others like that was more like I feel like the perfect fit. I forgot what round he went, right? Because the draft's like an exam, right? You take the exam, then everything kind of evaporates. I forgot. But like Ollie Gordon would have been the perfect fit for what Shotty likes to do. You could have got like Ollie Gordon. Who else? You could have got R.J. Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, Javonte Williams and R.J. Harvey would have been crazy, right? But yeah, so I just don't think that blue really fits what Shotty's type. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Ollie Gordon went in the 6. I want to say he did, Lou. Let's see here. Ollie Gordon. I want to say he did. Yep, he went in the 6. Yeah. Ollie Gordon went in the 6, right? So, so, I think that's the thing. Yeah, Devin Neal. So there were so many backs out there that I think would have fit more. But I think that what it probably had been the argument, just putting my Cowboys hat on, was you got Javonte Williams. He was going to be your hammer. So they were trying to find their Gibbs, I guess, in this draft. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to find that change pace back, I guess. Because Deuces, you had LaQuint Allen. I think LaQuint Allen went later than LaQuint Allen went after Ollie. So I think that was they were probably just trying to find that change of pace guy for him to kind of fit. And you had him, you had Basil Tootin, who you'll probably see tonight, and then Brashad Smith. Why not keep Rico? Rico and Javonte would be a good little duo. They're not going to go get Paul. I looked at his price tag. They're not going to do that. I honestly think if it's me, right, I would go get an RB2 to pair with him. But I really think they're going to roll with Miles Sanders and kind of go out there with that, y'all. I really do. I really think. I think if they're going to make a move, it's going to be defensively. I don't think they see there's any issues with his running back room like we do. Now, what is scary? Let me talk about this. I tweeted this, right? What scares me a lot, y'all, is how us as Cowboys Nation knows this team better than the people that are in the building. That's kind of scary. The fact that we can say, hey, bro, you need to get Sanborn out and play more Maris. No, Sanborn. No. Like every Cowboys fan is saying, no, bro, you need to get Sanborn out of there, bro, and play more Maris. And they do it only because of the injury, and then you see Maris make impact. How are y'all not? How are y'all not seeing that? Hey, man. James Houston might need to get a few more snaps, bro. James Houston might need to get a few more. Oh, okay. Hey, man. Y'all harping on this dig shit, but I think Kyer Elam might be a problem. Hey, man. I know everybody's it's National Bag on Diggs week, but I think your problem might be the guy you traded for in Kyer Elam. Hey, man. I know Malik Hooker and Donovan, your guys, right? But you might want to get Wanye out there. Yeah, like, how are we able to see this shit and y'all get paid millions of dollars and you can't even see it? That concerns the hell out of me. Yeah. All of a sudden, now it's okay. They had to so now you had to bench Trayvon Diggs, and then you had to bench Kyer Elam, and then you gotta just say you're working on your rotation, bro. And you don't know who your starters is. Like, just say that. Like, just say that. You know, oh, Kyer needs to show more consistency. Oh. Bro, stop giving me these buzzwords and just say you're trying to figure out your starting rotation right now. I get it. But I tell you, your secondary looked a whole lot better when you had DaRon Bland and Trayvon Diggs on the field at the same damn time. Don't mind me. I'm here behind enemy lines. Keep pounding. Hey, bro. Salute to all the Panthers fans. Now, it's kind of personal because y'all took the tech from me, man. But, Panthers fans, y'all might want to change that hashtag. Hey, dog, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Panthers fans, hey, bro, hey, whoa, hey, y'all can come up with something else, bro. I ain't telling no other, keep pounding. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I get it. That's y'all slogan, but I ain't going up to no other football fans and telling them keep pounding, bro. That just ain't my vibe. You know what I'm saying? But salute to the Panthers. Hey, man, if I was a Panthers fan, we're going to have a huddle up code with a new hashtag, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, go Panthers go or something. They're about to have Panthers Nation, bro. I ain't doing that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not walking around with shirts that says keep pounding, bro. And I just say it's not my vibe, man. Whatever y'all got in Carolina, though. You know what I'm saying? Just do what y'all do. Call my in for Davon A-Chain, bro. A-Chain and J-Dub would be crazy. We got to find somebody that's a seller. Somebody has to be a seller. But for how much are you guys willing to give up for the RB2? Let me ask y'all that. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro? You got to... You know what I'm saying? I gotta switch that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dog. I gotta come up with a new slogan. Day 2. All right, so Lucid day 2. So what? 5th round? Well, no, 4th. We don't have any, right? What do we have? So let's say it's Devon A-Chain. How much are you guys willing to give up for Devon A-Chain? 4th round pick. We don't have a 4th, do we? Let me look at our picks. I keep forgetting. We didn't trade so many. Let's see here. What do we have? Do we have a 4th? We have a 4th. We could do a future, right? That could be a future. Because what did we give up for Milton? Didn't we get something back in return? Did we get wasn't a 5th in the swap? Yeah, Pickens was our 3rd. What did we give up for Elam? I'm trying to remember. We gave up. Yeah, Finn's gonna want more for A-Chain than a 4th, I promise. Yeah, we don't have a 3rd. So 3rd was Pickens. What was Elam? Elam was a 4th, right? So I think we're out of the 4th, and then we swapped 5ths with the Milton thing, something like that. Or we got something back in return with Milton. So I don't think we have a 3rd or a 4th as of yet. We have 2 firsts, a second, no third, no fourth. I'm trying to remember. I don't think we swapped picks for Elam. I thought it was Milton that we got the pick swap. Yeah. And see, here's the thing also, T-Jack. Since the Micah trade was blockbuster and it's public, them teams know we got them extra first-round picks. You know what I'm saying? They know. You know what I'm saying? They ain't dumb. So, I mean, the most I would probably, if it's A-Chain, I would give up a fourth or a third if I have it. Yeah, so 5th and a 6th for Elam, and we got a 6th back. All right. And so then what was Milton? I thought we got something back from Milton. So you would have to, for like an A-Chain Kamara, right? You'll probably have to come off of like second, third-ish for those guys. So Milton was the 4th, but we got something back in Milton. I didn't go back and look, right? So Milton was the 4th, but I know we got something back in return from Milton. Sorry, 5th and 7th in Elam and a 6th back. Okay. So we traded a 5th and 7th, got Elam and a 6th back. What did we do for Milton? Yes, I think y'all as bad as, I mean, here's the thing, y'all. Is he playing bad? No. You know what I'm saying? Is he playing bad? Let me ask you guys this. Is our RB2 and Miles Sanders upgraded over older Zeke last year? I would say yeah. I would say yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Miles Sanders is playing bad. He just doesn't have that, right? He doesn't have that excitement. So we have 2 firsts, a second, 4th, 3 fifths, and a 7th. Okay, appreciate that, DA. So yeah, for that, in that case, we can talk one of those 5ths, a 4th, depending on who it might be. Right? I'm not coming off the 2nd. I'm not coming off the 1st personally. Right? If I'm coming off the 1st, it has to be one of those ones. Like it has to be something crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? But a 5th, 4th, I would consider. You know what I'm saying? I just want my running back to be explosive. I mean, well, shit, Javonte Williams showed he got a gear. I mean, Javonte, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, right? We had this argument this offseason because a lot of people thought Javonte was just a power back. And he wasn't just a power back. He was more of a tweener, right? Because when healthy, right, Javonte has a gear. He had a gear before the injury. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this off. Damn. Right? Javonte has a gear prior to the injury, and we saw it yesterday, right? So he's kind of a tweener back, but he's running hard, y'all. Javonte is running hard. He really is. You know? Front office deserve their flowers for that one. You know? But shit, Rico's running good too in Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So like, all right. But Javonte is running pretty damn good. But the thing that I don't want them to do is run Javonte into the ground, y'all. We are in phase 1. We are in phase 1. What do I mean by that? I've been telling you guys all off season. Things will pick up once we get back to Vegas. Once we get back from Vegas, that's when we'll see what we really about. You know what I'm saying? We're in phase 1, right? So good win versus the Jets, right? Defense did some things. He got pressure up front. I like some of the stunts and the games that Eberflus was doing that helped our guys on the back end. Linebackers played a whole lot better. Safety over the top coverage is much better, right? I just feel like they move better as a unit. But we are still in phase 1, y'all. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, okay, hey, no, hey, let's not rest. Let's not rest. We not back. We not them boys. We not okay. Let's, you know what I'm saying? We run the division. Like it's not none of that, right? Sunday was a good win, but there's a lot of work to be done with this team because still, look how good Dak Prescott is still having to play, right? He needs some PTO days, and we got some guys, right? Jaden Daniels back in Washington. Trey Benson got hurt the other day, so I think he's out. I think he might have got IR with something the other day. So I'm trying to think, y'all. There's nothing really out there that I can think of. You're not getting Zach Charbonnet. You're not getting nothing from Seattle. I mean, Tank Bixby would have been nice. Tank, you know what I'm saying? But the Eagles got him up. With Braylon Allen going down, you're not going to get like an Isaiah Davis from the Jets. There's nothing really out there unless somebody gets cut. And I also want to mention not Breece Hall, but Kareem Hunt. Chiefs aren't letting go of Kareem Hunt because Isaiah Pacheco, he's still on the, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, y'all. It might be a situation where a team could fold and maybe sell a guy that you can snipe up, but I don't know, right? And I also want to ask about Malik Davis, right? The fact that Malik Davis was able to jump off the couch and take Deuce Vaughn's spot, that lets you know right there, Cowboys Nation, that Shotty has a type. Malik Davis jumped off the couch and took Deuce's spot. You know what I'm saying? So that'll let you know right there. Jordan Mason, that would have been nice, but he's in Minnesota. They're not getting to come off that. Don't think they come off A-Chain, but what about Jalen Wright? Jalen Wright's still kind of young. That could be a guy. I love Jalen Wright coming out of Tennessee. My guy Cuts in the bill. What's going on with you, dog? Would have been nice if we could have got like Dylan Sampson. But Jalen Wright could be a possibility. But it depends on what the asking price is. I doubt they would do, for Jalen Wright, they wouldn't do any of those fifths, fourths, any of that, right? So I personally think that the running back 2 position will belong to Miles Sanders if healthy. They'll sprinkle in Blue, sprinkle in Hunter, and want to go from there. So this is what it is. Let's get to the defensive side of the ball, as I mentioned, right? Matt Eberflus, I'm proud of you. Not sure if you watched my video I dropped the other day, but I don't care, right? The message got out there. And you didn't make that cardinal sin, Matty E, of just being so stuck and dug in your ways when your team was talking to you about what works best for them. You adjusted. Like, you had me worried a little bit, but you adjusted. You adjusted, right? So we saw some man on the back end. We saw some match zone on the back end a little bit more, right? Oh, yeah, and Phil Maffa. Yeah, and Phil Maffa. So, yeah, I think with the running back room they're going to feel like there's no concerns at the running back room, right? But, yeah, he adjusted. He adjusted and he listened to his defense. Now, I was kind of worried. You know what I'm saying? Because what could have happened is Matt Eberflus could have said, you know what? It's my way or the highway. And if we'd have went out there and struggled versus the Jets, I feel like this defense would have rebelled and they would have just folded on them. Because we were getting close. We were getting close, right? So the fact that he said, all right, bro, let's play some man. Because I think Henny, so did my dog Henny, did a video on this Saturday morning. I think that was when we did that show, Lou. Is that we were playing zone 96% of the time. Like, it was an insane amount, right? And Vic Fangio is like at 6, who's a zone guy, was doing like at 63%. We were playing zone like 96% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something like outrageous. We're just like, you know what? Just all zone, right? So I feel like he adjusted and allowed this defense to do some things that they got comfortable with, right? And honestly, like, we've all played sports before. There's certain things that happens in sports, and you have to know your team. Like, I remember, like, when I played basketball in high school, like, we had our head coach, Coach Hartley, right? He was our head coach, right? But our team, our basketball team, really rallied behind our assistant coach and Coach Coleman. Like, this Coach Coleman was the guy that, you know, when we were seniors, he took us to put us all in a van, took us to colleges across the state of Kansas, because he was like, I guarantee you, not big or small, not saying all D1, but I guarantee that my kids, my seniors, will have an opportunity to go to college, right? Whether it's JUCO, wherever, 3, you know what I'm saying, 3A, 2A, 1A, whatever, right? So he would put us in vans on the weekends. Like, so we really rallied behind Coach Coleman. And I remember we played against Southeast, which is our rival, right? And so to my dog, Jeff Martin. Like, Jeff Martin was like the #1 scorer in the city, right? He was big, physical. You know what I'm saying? He had like D1 scholarship offers and everything. He was the top scorer in basketball, right? And I was telling my team all week, I do not care about Jeff being the #1 in the state. I'm on him, right? So all week I was setting in my mode that, yo, I'm going to lock up Jeff Martin, right? So that was like I was just focused. I was locked in. Don't worry about it. He's mine. I'm picking him up full court. Well, it was right before the game, and Coach, our head coach, was going through some of our matchups. And he was like, Tucker. I was like, yeah, I'm going to start you on Allen. And I was like, no. I got Martin, Coach. He was like, no, we're going to switch that matchup up. And so, like, all the energy out of me was, like, depleted. Like, I came out in that game, like, I was moping around. I was sluggish, right? Because I was supposed to be on Martin. And he's going crazy right now, right? And I'm, like, pissed. I'm frustrated. I come over after the first quarter. I kick over my water bottle. Coach Coleman comes over to me, and he says, you know what, Tuck? Fuck what Coach is talking about. You go get Martin and just let me deal with Coach, right? So we did that, right? I was like, you sure, Coach? He's like, yeah. You switch. You go get Jeff. Go lock his ass up, right? And I was like, bet, Coach, I'm on it. And when I picked up Jeff full court, like, my energy came up. You know what I'm saying? My energy came up. I was hyped. I was back in the game. I was in my mode, and I was picking him up full court. Wherever he went, I was on him. And I shut him down the rest of the game, right? So what am I saying about that? Sometimes as athletes, there's a certain spark you get where it's like, you know what, Trayvon, I hear what you're saying. I want you on Garrett Wilson. You travel with him. Go lock him up. You see what I'm saying? It gives you that, it gives you that, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, now I'm in my bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives you that, like, because athletes want to compete. You know what I'm saying? But when you're sitting back and you're playing zone all game and you're 9 yards off, from a cornerback's perspective, if I'm a wide receiver, what we gonna say? You scary. You scary, bro. You scary, bro. You playing 9 yards off. You scary. You not gonna guard me. Your coach is scared, right? And it's like, no one wants to compete like that, right? Yeah, bro, I picked him up full court. Wherever Jeff went, I was on him nonstop. Full court, I was on him. Didn't let that man breathe. Held him to 16 points. He had 11 in the first quarter. But, like, I was in my competitive spirit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes you got to say, okay, Trayvon, you don't feel like Trayvon yourself, right? Bro, go out there. All right, you've been asking for more, man. Garrett Wilson, go have him. Go at him. Go at him. Go at him. Now, if you get your ass cooked, I don't want to hear anything, right? But go at him. Man him up. Bag him up. Show me what you got, right? Sometimes you have to do that game with athletes, y'all. You can't take away the competitive spirit. Like, I was having this conversation about the Eagles, right? Even though the Eagles have won a Super Bowl, even though they was undefeated until yesterday, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are competitors, bro. Like, they don't like being out there on the field just getting bagged up. Like, their competitive spirit's been depleted. You know what I'm saying? So even with just players and supreme athletes, like, this is what they do. You got to let them compete. And sometimes you have to channel that. You know, with our edge rushers, our defensive line, right? Yeah, they want to contribute. Sometimes it's best to say, you know what, DNs, forget soft bull rushing, trying to spy the quarterback. Just go hunt. Just go hunt. And if Justin Fields leaks out, he leaks out, right? But now you have some linebackers that can chase Fields down, right? What a coincidence, right? Just go hunt. I want you to go be physical, fire off the ball, and go hunt. That is the one thing that Dan Quinn did. Love him or hate Dan Quinn. I know there's mixed reviews when it comes to Dan Quinn in Dallas, right? But that's the one thing that Dan Quinn did. Hey, bro, you got this one thing that you do great. Go do that. Go do that. Go do that. We'll fix everything else up. But you do one thing great, go do it. Right? Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, they play better with their eyes in phase, looking at the quarterback. Go do that. Right? Now, you can try to change it. But I'm not sure if your golfers are out there, right? But changing your golf swing sometimes, bro, sometimes when you need to sink that putt or get that drive off, you're going back to what's comfortable and what you know. You're going back to what's comfortable and what you know. You know, so it's just one of those things, man, where it's just like, I like that Matt Eberflus went out there. He made the adjustments. He didn't sit back in his old ways and say my way or the highway. He listened. Now, we got to stack off that, y'all. It's not like, okay, defense is fixed. Everything is saved. We're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes, let's run it. You know what I'm saying? They in the chat talking about, it's not cover 3, it's cover 1 right now. Yeah, we're running single high. You know what I'm saying? We're running single high right now. Super my dogs DMV and Rome, man. Yeah. So you had to make the adjustments. You had to make the adjustments and do some of those things, right? I'm like Matt Eberflus for doing that. Defensive line, Kenny Clark, Osa, they're playing phenomenal. I do think it was interesting that Marshawn Nealon was the sacrificial lamb when it came to the edges. So I will say that. So here you go again, second round draft pick, inactive. Yeah, cover 1. You're in a cover 1. Blitzing. You know what I'm saying? We're in cover 1 right now. But I do think it was kind of interesting that Nealon was the sacrificial lamb out the group. I don't know about that one. Now, it could be that now since you have Clowney, his traits that Nealon really brings on, setting the edge, kind of being your D-Law guy, is it needed much? You need your disruptive motor guy and Sam Williams, but I don't know, y'all. The Sam Williams experiment is just not going as expected. It's just not going as expected. So we'll see how that all shapes out. But Donovan played well, though he didn't get a sack yesterday. Donovan starting to excel a little bit. James Houston. Fowler had the big day. So when I made a defensive end video a week ago, whenever I made that video, right, I said that Fowler has to be the straw that stirs the drink. He has to be the one that's going to go. Dante Fowler has to be the edge that people are afraid of. He has to. He has to become that, right? He has to. That needs to be his role. Maybe Clowney can grow into it, but I still think that Fowler is still going to have to be that guy, right? So I know people are posting, James Houghton got more sacks than Micah Parsons and all that little fandom shit. I mean, I get it, right? But it's just like, Don't buy into that bullshit, Cowboys fans. Like, all right, I get it's funny. It's kind of jokey, ha. James Houston's got just as many sacks as Micah Parsons or more sacks than Micah Parsons or whatever, all right? Cool, it's funny, it's a cool little graphic, it's cute. But don't buy into that bullshit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, sometimes you got to let people play, have fun. I get it, all right? Because y'all did this with Sam Williams. Remember when we drafted Sam Williams, people were saying that he had a better career in college than Aiden Hutchinson? Let's not do that, right? James Houston is playing well. Let's just let James Houston be James Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we ain't gotta hype up our new boo thing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta hype up our new boo. You know what I'm saying? Just let them be them. Stop peeking over there. Jerry Jones, stop mentioning Micah Parsons. Let it go, bro. I don't understand. You traded Micah Parsons. Why do you still keep bringing him up? Like, just let him go. You know what I'm saying? You ever see those people on Facebook who ended their relationship, all they do is talk about their ex all day? Just let it go. My ex used to never. My ex used to never. My ex used to never. My ex is like, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one wants to hear, no new girl wants to hear about your ex all day. Oh, my ex used to never do this. My ex used to never wear a dress like that. My ex used to never let me play 2K like that. Bro, go be with your fucking ex. As you keep bringing her up so damn much. You know what I'm saying? God damn. I remember once I was dating this girl. Well, not dating her, but y'all know. I know that. I'm married now, but so I'm saying, I don't know what you want to call it, but y'all get my drift, right? And all she kept doing was talking about her baby daddy, bro. I'm just like, I think you need to go home. I think you need to go home and get your family back in order, because we didn't be out here talking about your baby daddy all damn night. How about you go home and get your family back together? My God damn. Jerry, let Micah go. Cowboys fans, let Micah go. We don't have to sit here and compare all these edge rushers and coat to try to find new Micah. Yeah, bro. I'm just like, go home, get your family back together. Why are you here? Why are you at dinner with me right now when your family's in disarray? Go get your family back together. You know what I'm saying? My. And did I tell you about my baby daddy? And my baby daddy used to never take me out. And I wish my baby, bro, go home. Go home, please. Go home. Do us all a favor and go home. I'm gonna be all right. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? You was option number 5 anyway. So if you want to go home and you and your baby daddy get back together and build a family, I'll be perfectly fine, because I had 4 others in the clip. They just didn't pick up. You just picked up first. Don't let me ruin a happy home. No, I ain't get none of that, bro. I was just like, man. My baby daddy used to never. Did I tell you that my baby? So life advice, right? But what happens when girls will try to switch it? They'll be like, oh, my baby daddy. They'll say my baby daddy, my baby daddy, my baby daddy. But to sound more sophisticated, they'll say like, my son's father, the father of my child. You're saying the same shit, just in a different language. They're trying to like to settle the blow. Oh, the father of my child, or my son's father. Bro, just keep saying your baby daddy. But hey, check please. You know what I'm saying? Just check please. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn. Like, go home. Ugh. But anyways, Jerry, stop talking about your baby's father or the father of your child. Just let him go. James Houston played phenomenal. He shouldn't have to share his post-game praise with Micah Parsons anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know how to do that? You're not sitting there comparing Javonte Williams to, I don't know, Tony Pollard. You're not sitting there comparing George Pickens to Brandon Cooks. You're not comparing Tyler Booker to Zach Martin. Let it go. See here. I wouldn't say he was a bum or not a great pass rusher. Bro is definitely a transitional talent. Yeah. I mean, we all know Micah is, but Micah's in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people who just can't let it go. Exactly. Completely two different types of players, two different types of skill sets. Just let James Houston, let Donovan Ezekaraku, let Fowler, let Clowney, let Nealon, let Sam Williams just be who they are. Well, if you look at it, technically, the EPA of James Houston, when he's getting his reps, is extremely similar to Micah. I don't want to go to dinner and hear about your baby daddy, bro. Tell me about you. You know what I'm saying? Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing it up. Exactly, bro. He's not here anymore. So, Jerry, just let it go. Just let it go and let these players build their own identity and become who they are. You know? I already had people like, yo, Tuck, who in the draft is the next Micah Parsons? We need to get, there is none. So move on. You're not getting another one. The Falcons just didn't move on from Dion and get another prime. Right? The Steelers didn't just move on from Troy Polamalu and just get another one, right? The Washington Commanders or whatchamacallit didn't just move on, or they unfortunately lost Sean Taylor, but just get another one, right? Ravens don't just move on from Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and just get another one. Like some players just don't get another one. You guys find something different. Find something different. You know? Yeah, I do. Right? George Pickens is completely different from what Amari Cooper was. He's completely different from that, right? But he's having an impact. George Pickens is George Pickens in his way with the Cowboys offense. Yeah, it's tough for us because the fans, because we didn't have any control over it. Jerry not letting it go doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, Miss Matrix, that's exactly right. And here's the problem. Jerry keeps bringing it up. That's the reason why it got ugly. It didn't get ugly until you kept talking, bro. So just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like I personally hate these people in life, right? Is that if things don't work out with us, right? Let's say me and Angry start a show, right? Me and Angry are gonna start the Angry J Tuck podcast show, right? And for whatever reason, we just like, hey man, it's just not gonna work, you know, time, blah, 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 it's not gonna work, right? I don't have to start wishing ill will on Angry moving forward. Just what we had didn't work out. But I don't have to like now wish him the worst because our situation didn't work out. See what I'm saying? Like, that's what I hate about some people's mindsets. Like, hey, bro, like there are divorces that just don't work out and both people just aren't happy. And you can still be cordial for the children. You know, like everything doesn't have to be ugly. Everything doesn't have to be slandered. Everything doesn't have to be, but hey, man, you go your way, I go mine. But if I see you, it's all love. Yo, Tuck, would you let Nate Thomas take our left tackle and move Guyton to right? Just take Steele off the line and place him with Nate Thomas? No. I would probably do the first move. I'm not as down on Terrence Steele as others might be. I think, I don't know. Maybe I'm different. I haven't really gauged it. Me personally, I don't think Terrence Steele is a big problem. I think if you're going to sit back there and have him pass pro 45 times a game, then yeah, any offensive line is going to be a big problem. But he's not as big as a problem as you guys, or some people are wanting to make. I want to say you guys. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on Terrence Steele. So I would possibly consider Nate Thomas at left tackle, though. Now, Tyler Guyton is growing. He is growing. He's playing much better. Now, if you guys – here's a fun thing to do because you guys don't know I'm in this NFL scouting academy, Actually, I have homework right now, and I'm procrastinating doing it. I really should be doing it right now, but this is what it is, right? So I'm doing a scouting report on Trevor Penning. Y'all remember Trevor Penning came out of the draft a few years ago? Bruh, when I tell y'all, God, where's all my notes? Where is this shit? When I tell you, when I'm grading Trevor Penning, it is bad, bro. It is bad. It is bad. Right tackle play for Trevor Penning. Not sure you guys remember him out of Northern Iowa. Remember, he was a guy that everyone thought was super tough because he was mean and he had the Senior Bowl and all that stuff. Like, he's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, but bro, as I'm scouting, I've scouted 6 games of Trevor Penning as I'm working on these reports, y'all. He makes Terrence Steele look like goddamn Tyron Smith. You know what I'm saying? So when you look across the league at some of these offensive line play, you realize it ain't as bad as we think it is. We have in Dallas. Bro, falling on the ground constantly, can't anchor, feet all off, can't process a stunt. It's hard because I'm trying, because like we're teaching the scouting academy is like how to find the good, because anybody can find what a player can't do. The reports have to tell you what a player can do. Shit. I'm stumped. He's just big, athletic, right? He's like a bigger, athletic Matt Waletzko. You know what I'm saying? Use of hands, no. So I don't personally look at Terrence Steele like other people might look at him. I don't think he's a big issue. I just think you got to put him in optimal situations. I think this is going to help drastically, y'all, if he does come back, because Perion Winfrey is a guy that has high motor and can give you interior push. Now, what does that mean for Mozzie? Well, to see. But Perion Winfrey is a guy that when he comes back, he should get a lot of good reps. What's up, bro? What's going on with you, dog? Yeah. So I think Perion Winfrey can adjust and help. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Peyton Turner, because Peyton Turner was another guy who kind of had some of those traits, right? But not sure what they do with Peyton Turner. But Perion Winfrey is a guy that I think is definitely going to help our defense. One-handed. So like in run blocking. So there's things that Steele does well. Like, I just think that Steele gets a bad rap because if you have him pass pro and pass setting 40 times a game, he'll get beat. But every offensive lineman eventually get beat, and when he gets beat bad, right? But I don't think Terrence Steele is that big of a problem. If y'all want to, we can take a look at the film, but I don't think that Terrence Steele is like, oh my God, he has to go type thing. I think the oh my God, he has to go guy for me was Jack Sanborn. Sanborn was the guy that I was watching the film. Was like, bro, we gotta get you up out of here one way or another. We gotta find a way. And I'm proud of Cowboys Nation for coming together and uniting on that same, because typically when we do stuff like that, it's like split, where it might be like Tuck, Boss, Lou, DMV, Henny is saying that Sanborn ain't got it, but then you have a certain portion over here like, oh no, he's perfectly fine. It's the scheme and right? So it's always this weird ass divide, right? But I'm proud that Cowboys Nation finally came together and everyone said, this ain't it. And even the people who gassed them prematurely this offseason, they're even coming back saying, okay, I was wrong, right? Which I don't mind, right? That's what I respect. We're not going to bat 1,000. But what I hate is people will put things out for content, articles, or whatever, and even if it gets bad, they won't just be like, all right, I messed up. I saw something wrong. Like, I had Javonte Williams as RB1. He was my RB1 all year leading up to it. But I ain't seen him running like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see him running like this. I don't think no one did, right? So we were having the arguments like, oh, he's not going to be RB1. It's like Javonte Williams should be clearly RB1 over what we have, right? And I think he's going to give us a boost over what we had in Rico last year. But I didn't see him running like this. It's okay to say that, right? So it's okay for people who said Sanborn was this and that. Now, I really wonder what the intent was, because there was nothing out there definitively for people to say Sanborn was going to be Luke Kuechly. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were saying crazy shit about Sanborn. Oh, he's Sean Lee, or he's this and that. And, you know, I'm just like, bro, there's nothing out there besides just hope. You know what I'm saying? But if you go and correct it and say, I apologize, or I was wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, it happens to me all the time. Like, there's sometimes, like, even with I was talking to Lou about this the other day, right? Caden Proctor, offensive tackle out of Alabama, coming into the season, love Caden Proctor. Like, he's catching the passes, he's doing all sorts of stuff, running back, fullback, all sorts of stuff, right? But love Caden Proctor. Then early few games, I was kind of out on Caden Proctor. Like, all right. But now Caden Proctor started to play well again, right? So sometimes it kind of just says, okay, let me just sit back, wait and see, and collect all my evidence, right, before I judge, right? Some people, when it comes to draft content, they want me to have, who was your number one left tackle today in October? No, bro. There's a lot of football left. Like, we're just now getting into conference play, all sorts of shit, right? So pump the brakes, right? But some people, if I had Caden Proctor as my clear left tackle number one, right, and even if he's sliding, it's just like, well, I still have him as my number one. Like, no, you have to be open. You know what I'm saying? You got to be open. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fluid conversations. And I feel like, you know, they teach us in class called anchoring on your bias. And what happens is people either fall in love or out of love with specific players, and they won't never adjust, right? And I always talk about this. Cameron McGrone, right? He was out of Michigan. For all my Michigan fans out there, you might remember him, right? Linebacker from Michigan. This is when I very first started doing draft content, right? I barely had film. You know, it was kind of scarce, right? Because people didn't want me to get a hold of it because they knew what would happen if I got a hold of it. And eventually I got a hold of it, and now look, right? But Cameron McGrone, I watched three games of Cameron McGrone. And I was tweeting about it. I think I even did a film session on the channel way back then, an ugly little film session. Like, oh, Cameron McGrone, linebacker out of Michigan. Oh, yeah, he's going to be a sleeper. Definitely watch out for Cameron McGrone, Cameron McGrone, Cameron McGrone. Oh, I like this kid, right? Then I got a hold of Film Access that same season, and I watched like 5 other games. I said, hey, never mind, y'all. Scratch that Cameron McGrone. So, my bad. So what happened? I just happened to get a hold of Cameron McGrone's 3 greatest games he played in his career in Michigan. So if I just stopped there, yeah, he like a slam dunk sleeper pick, off the radar guy that wasn't being talked about. But I just watched the 3 greatest games he just happened to have at the university, right? Until I watched like 6 more, I was like, oh, he was just feeling good them days, right? So the same thing when it came like Jack Sanborn. There was nothing really TJ they got, bro. It was hard not to get got. It was hard not to get got because so many people was pumping it up. Like the Jack Sanborn stuff was so crazy. I had to go back. So I think we did it on our live show, right? We sat back and watched all of Jack Sanborn's snaps live, unedited, just on a live show. Just press play. We all watched them. And everybody was watching was like, okay, he's not it. That's not it. That ain't it. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna go. No. That ain't it. We need linebacker. I wish I could go back and find that show. I'm just trying to remember what show it was. It was a live show, right? So I did that live. But still, there were so many people pumping Jack Sanborn. I went back and watched Jack Sanborn's film again, every snap in his career, just to make sure I wasn't tripping. No, it's like, Tuck, what are you missing, bro? Like, all right, everyone's saying this is Luke Kuechly, Sean Lee, LVE. I heard Brian Urlacher. I was like, bro, what am I missing something? So I spent I didn't spend the whole day. It's probably like 2 hours watching every snap from Jack Sanborn. And I was just like, nah, they lying. They lying. They are lying. They are lying. There's nothing there at all. You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes it's best to do your homework, but I do understand it, y'all. Like, I know we're just in the Cowboys sphere, but I always tell you guys this story, right? When it comes to my other teams, like the Yankees is getting their ass beat by the Blue Jays, right? Or the Mavericks, who's a Kevin Gray. I trust other people to keep me informed, even with Florida State, right? Because I don't have time doing all this NFL stuff, as much content as I do with the Cowboys, sponsorships, everything, right? To be focusing on every little detail that goes on with Florida State football. Like, I don't know who was our top 5-star recruits and who we're getting from the portal and all. Like, I don't know all that stuff, right? So I have other individuals out there, Shooter Clark and my guy Matt Lennox, you know what I'm saying, that covers the teams. I can ask them, okay, what's going on, right? And even with Kevin Gray when it comes to the Mavs. So they always say this, and it's hard to do it because I'm just one individual and I don't know, coach people or tell people how to live their lives or how to do things, right? Because I'm no gatekeeper, right? I can't tell people how to do what they do. But with great power comes great responsibility, as they say in Spider-Man. So I know a lot of you guys trust me when it comes to getting your Cowboys coverage or even NFL coverage if you're outside the Cowboys sphere, right? That I have to make sure that I am doing 1,000% research before I put that out to you guys, because I don't want to mislead you guys, right? And so it's something that you guys have given to me, which I don't take lightly. You know what I'm saying? With the name and the stuff that I have going on and accomplishments having, I can come out there and say, John Johnson out of Wisconsin is my number one running back, right? And there's going to be a lot of people that will just take my word for it due to my resume. But that's why I work so hard, because I don't want to let you guys down and steer you guys wrong, right? So that's the difference between, I don't want to say me, but it might differ between other people. Some people don't care. They want to get the content out there. They want to get the write-ups out there. They don't care if they didn't watch Jack Sample or anything. They just know it's a hot name. Cowboys fans are excited about it, so I'm just going to pump it, right? But for me, you guys could be anywhere in the world right now. And that's kind of lightly saying, but you guys are listening to me. That means you guys trust me, because a lot of content creators, they press the live button. Only 2 people are watching. We have over 700 people watching right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just on my laptop in a hotel room in Chicago talking football, right? I'm not going to take that lightly. So when I put things out there, it's because I see it, right? So when I was pumping up Shamar James, it wasn't because I was just trying to hype him up for clicks. It's because I really saw something in this kid at the University of Florida. And you guys ever watch my film sessions? I'm sure you guys all do. I always talk about the positives, and I always talk about the negatives as well. My dog 3, what's going on with you dogs and my Jets? Hey, man, it happens. We ain't going to be the only one it happens to, 3. You know what I'm saying? Since my dog 3, man, does a phenomenal job covering battle rap for all my battle rap fans out there. He just happens to cheer for a bad football team, but don't take that out on my dog 3, man. Appreciate you, bro. Keep doing great work. So, but battle rap, right? I trust people like 3, Vada, other bloggers that keep me in tune of what's really going on in battle rap, because I can't sit down and watch everything that's going on, right? So people like 3, they're trusted, reliable sources that, when something's going on in battle rap, I can turn on their channel and be like, okay, this is what's going on. I know you're not going to sell me some shit just for the sake of selling me. It's the same thing that I do with you guys when it comes to the Cowboys. It's like, you know what? If I'm going to say something, I have to see it first. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we're playing sometimes, I'll let you guys know, hey, we just trolling. We just having a little fun. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make fun of Eagles fans, kind of do that, right? But for the most part, if I am pounding on a desk for a player, it is 1,000% because I have crossed my T's and dotted my I's, and I am seeing something to help this team win. I had no vested interest in Shamar James. I had no vested interest in Zion Childress either. But the film was saying, they got it. There's something there. You know what I'm saying? There's something there. There's something there with Shamar James. I saw high octane, high motor, a guy that can blitz, a guy that can be sitting zone coverage. He had some injuries at Florida, right? But he can do sideline to sideline, and he has high motor, and you pair that with Overshown, in Maris, it could be fun. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying. But there's some missed tackles, some miscues, some reading key and D things how going on, right? But for the most part, as a football player, I see that, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and kind of talk like I always did this, but now I'm learning these actual phrases for it, right? So what I've always gone off of is core traits, right? There's core traits and there's positional traits. And that's what they kind of taught me, right? Athletic ability would be a core trait, right? Play strength, mental processing, play speed. Those are kind of core things that applies to every player. And there's things they can do position, okay? So how are they good in a 3-4 scheme versus a 4-3? Or for offensive linemen, are they good in zone and space? Are they good in gap schemes? Like those are positional, right? Pulling, all that stuff. But the core traits is what I typically leaned on in the draft. So if I see a guy that has high motor, that can process, that flows to the ball, right, has good play speed, good functional strength, I was just always putting stars by those names because the positional stuff I can coach, right? So the core values, the core traits, is for all my draft heads out there. Those are the things that you can't coach. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that you can't coach. I can't coach Jack Sanborn to be able to go sideline to sideline, right? To turn and run, have good change. I can't coach that, right? Either you got it or you don't, right? I can't force Jack Sanborn to be able to turn and run with wide receivers or tight ends in space. I can't coach that, right? Now, I can positionally put him in the proper spot and locations to kind of help him out, but I can't coach those things. So when I go through my draft stuff, you'll notice a lot of the players that I really bang the desk for are guys that have the things that you can't coach, and it jumps out on the film. See what I'm saying? So that's what it was when it came to Shamar James. He just had those traits that just jumped off the film for me. And I was just like, yo, he is moving out there. Like Anthony Hill Jr., he is moving out there. Caleb Downs, moving out there. I love those types of players, man. And then the other stuff I can always fix. What about, let's see here, good question here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. What about Frank Gore Jr.? How would he work as number 2 spellback for Williams? Where is Frank Gore Jr. at? I don't know. I personally wouldn't do Frank Gore because Frank Gore Jr.'s traits are very Phil Maffa-ish. So I think that's probably why I wouldn't do Frank Gore because he's very Phil Maffa-esque. But I did like him in college. Good lateral movements and acceleration. Can't coach. Exactly. Like I like players that, okay, because the thing about Jack Sanborn, he has it, he'll see it, but if you see it and can't get to it, you do me no good. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see it, you see it, you read it, but you can't get to it and make anything happen, then you do me no good, right? You're more just like a defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? But even with Shamar James, and even with the Overshown, right? Because Overshown doesn't digest super quick. But Overshown is so twitchy, even if he's delayed, he can still get to it. You know what I'm saying? So even if he false steps off a counter and leans right in counter and the running backs cut back this way, he's so agile and twitchy, prior to injury, hopefully it's the same way when he comes back, he can still get to it. But some players like Jack Sanborn, even Kenneth Murray, you get them leaning one way, you got to get back laterally. That change of direction, that downhill speed, closing speed, like all those things matter at the linebacker position, and not everybody has it. So those are some of the traits that I look for, man. But ultimately, good win versus the Jets. Job's not finished, right? Kobe Bryant, job's not finished. We still have work to do. Don't go out there and blow out the Jets and lay an egg versus the Panthers, right? Go out there and beat teams that you're better than, stack wins. And the main thing for this team is to get healthy, get some reinforcements back, and try to get some leeway to get ready for winter as we get to November and maybe make a playoff push because Dak Prescott is playing phenomenal, y'all. You do not want that to go to waste, man. So it's your boy, Jay Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm out here in Chicago in the hotel. I'll probably go live tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Probably just go live every day because I can't record videos. I can't edit and shit. Like some people are good on editing on their phone. I personally don't like it. I like doing it on my desktop. So I'll probably just go live. We'll do some Q&A stuff. Have y'all tap in and kind of go from there. Might be some cover three. We'll talk to the team. You know what I'm saying? I still might do some cover three. We'll go live here, man, and keep y'all lit as we get ready for the Panthers, man. I appreciate y'all, Cowboys Nation. I know I said I wasn't gonna do as much Cowboys content as I normally do, but man, I had a good talk with a good friend of mine, mentor, and a lot of people was like, "Yo, Tuck, don't let people take away what you do great and what you enjoy." You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like the content space, it gets hard, y'all. Like it for all my up and coming content creators, or if you're in it, bro, like it gets to this point where it's just like it gets a little weird, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I don't know, like you get people coming at you and this and that and this and that and this and that and but it's just like, you know what really happened when I was at the game for Green Bay, it's just like I had so many people at that game. It's like, yo, Tuck, bro, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I had a fan came to me and said his brother was ill, and anytime he was ill in the hospital, he was like, yo, put Tuck on, put the final word on. I don't know what's going on with my Cowboys. And it kind of lifted his spirit. So it's like, for me, it's like, okay, yeah, I do Cowboys content or do YouTube, man. But it's like, I'm realizing this shit means more than what I think it means. Like there were so many people out there meeting their family and kids and children, just, the love I get from people. And, they see, the Jumbotron and the excitement. And, like what we do in this space means a lot more than just football. You see what I'm saying? So, going through that and realizing and shaking all the hands out there, it's just like, you know what? Even though I do need to progress and create other opportunities for myself, I can still do what I do best and still drop a Murray Hampton film or talk about other of my stuff. But home is home, and if I abandon home and if I leave my base, what it's going to allow, for more goofies to come in here and slander players and clickbait fans and do all sorts of bullshit. So it's like, for me, I just realized, all right, I got to lead Cowboys Nation the way that I lead Cowboys Nation. There's so many phenomenal content creators that kind of come up, I would say, under my coaching tree, as you will, like Lou, Henning, JC, Angry, Stargazer. I don't want to leave anybody out, you know what I'm saying? Hoodie. There's a lot of other people coming up that really wants to do shit the right way, right? There are people who really want to come out here, do this the right way, keep y'all informed, care about this team, and my guy True on Twitter, he doesn't have a channel or anything right yet, but True is one of those guys, he's trying, but having conversations with True, and I'm not saying do things my way. I never want anybody to do things my way. Do things your way, right? But do it with integrity and the proper intent. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, we could clickbait, we could do big headlines, I could come in here, shit on players and all sorts of stuff and get my clicks, get my money, get my sponsorships and dip, but that's not what I'm here for. Like, I've been blessed to be around some of the greatest athletes in the world, y'all, and earn the respect, and I'll say this, guy said on Twitter, right? People think that, oh, Tuck just defends Micah because him and Micah have a relationship. And just to put that out there, y'all, I don't have a relationship with Micah. It's not like I go to Dallas and me and Micah hang out, or I'm hanging out in Micah's suite or anything like that. Like, I talk to TP a lot, you know what I'm saying? But the players, they trust me because I've earned their respect. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like with Diggs, I hang out with Diggs, or I'm just a Diggs fan. Every time I'm in Dallas, Diggs gives me tickets to the games. I tell people, like, as crazy as shit sounds, y'all. Like, I'm dead ass when I say this, right? Dez Bryant is my favorite Dallas Cowboys all-time player. You guys know the relationship that I have with Dez Bryant, with my dog Dez, right? I don't have not one single autograph thing of Dez Bryant at all. I've gotten some of my subscribers and stuff, and if people have been on the tailgate, I got them autograph stuff. My cousin has autograph stuff. I don't have one thing autographed from Dez. Not one, not a jersey, nothing, right? But the respect that I have from him, that goes a long way, right? The respect that I have from Gerald McCoy, he's on NFL Network and he's an all-time great, right? that goes a long way. The respect I have from players and Trey and Wanye and the list goes on and on for those Cowboys players, that goes a whole long way. And I don't take that for granted because I had to work for that. You know what I'm saying? I had to work for every little piece of credibility because it's not easy as a content creator. They didn't want us behind these doors. They didn't want us having this access, right? They don't like it. I'll tell you guys this, man, because we're just keeping it a book right now. When they see me at the Super Bowl or at the combine or at the draft, it's like seeing a ghost. It's like, what is he doing here? Like, what is he doing here? How is he here, right? Now, some people show love, you know what I'm saying? Salute to my dog, Patrick No-C Walker, Tommy, who else? Kyle, like, some of those people, right? You know what I'm saying? Zach Woolchuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Some of those people are like, oh, what's up, Tug? What's going on? It's all love. Nick Eatman, it's all those guys, right? But there's some, it's like, how is he in here, right? And it's because I had to earn this brick by brick, right? There's a lot of travel, a lot of financial sacrifice. There's a lot of sacrifice that went in, missing stuff with my kids, with my wife, time being out traveling. But I wanted to invest in myself. Like this NFL Scouting Academy, y'all, this shit is difficult as fuck. Like it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Like this is one assignment, right? And I still have 7 other players I have to scout and type up reports by the end of the week. And I haven't even turned in my first one. You know what I'm saying? I'm still procrastinating. I still got some college in me, right? Still procrastinating. But I wanted to do that because I wanted to make myself better from a scouting perspective. I want to be able to speak the same language as the scouts, right? Not speak it how I've known football from years ago, right? But I wanted to make myself better. Awesome. Because if you watch my film sessions lately, the language that I'm using is a lot better because I'm learning so much more. I'm learning so much more from an NFL level, right? So I'm investing in myself. So it's not easy, a lot of sacrifice, but I love it, right? And like everyone was telling me at the game, like, bro, Cowboys Nation needs you to, like, don't let people talk you out of what makes you great. So, we're going to get back to normal. We're going to get back to basics, do my Cowboy stuff. I'm still going to do other film sessions, talk about other stuff going on, right? But, home is home. Cowboys Nation is my home. As frustrating as it gets sometimes, it is what it is, but I'm molded by it, built by it, and I can never leave it because it's just in me. Even if I wasn't doing content, I was still talking about Dallas Cowboys football anyway. So it's in my blood, and we're going to make a move. And I'm actually in the talks right now building something special for Cowboys content creators specifically in the near future because I think it's time. I think it's time that, it's not just Jay Tuck at the Super Bowl. I want to see a lot of others out there. I want to see Lou at the Super Bowl, Angry, JC, DNV, Rome, all sorts of shit, Boss, list goes on and on to give them these opportunities. So use the spotlight that I got to create for others and to give y'all best coverage, man. So I appreciate you. Los, appreciate the comment. Says, Tuck, you're very grounded in your work. We do appreciate you. Like today, I am between work and coaching, tutoring my kids and studying myself. I'm tired as hell. These videos help me get through my mind right. Man, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes we get caught up in it. We don't feel like it's making a difference or, but it is making a difference. My guy, the Lunatic, has been here since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Very first video. I think Lunatic is like one of my first 10 subscribers. Dog is still here, so he got to see me grow and everything. So that's what it's all about, man. It's all about Cowboys Nation, this fan base, uniting together into incredible people, man. Salute to my dog, Mike Tag, for the incredible tailgate out there for the Cowboys Cave, him and Kelly K9, because that really got my spirits going back on. You know what I'm saying? It really got my spirits going back up because, it's not, I do take a lot of bullets. You know what I'm saying? I do take a lot of bullets, you know what I'm saying, from people I never even shot at before. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's hurtful, and I kind of get this, all right, I can be like, F everybody. I'm going to do my own thing. I don't need nobody, right? But it's like, nah, if I do that, I miss out on great relationships. If I say, you know what, I've already covered my 3rd Super Bowl and, you know what I'm saying, my combines draft, I'm good. I don't need to help nobody, right? F everybody, I'm straight. It's all about me. That I missed on the opportunity of meeting someone like Angry. I missed on the opportunity of meeting someone like Lou. I missed on the opportunity of meeting someone like JC. I missed on the opportunity of meeting someone like Star and, Lando and, so many other people if I was just focused on myself, doing my things, getting my numbers, doing my shows. So that's why you saw me Saturday. Like, I was free. I saw Henny and Landlord. They was live. Shit, send me a link, bro. I'll pull up. You know what I'm saying? I'll pull up. I'll pull up and talk Cowboys football. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is with me. So it's like, I got to get back to doing that, even Twitter spaces, all that stuff, man. It's like, you know what? Cowboys Nation is my hood. That's my block. And I'll be damned if I let anybody ever try to run me off my spot. So it just is what it is. I guess I'm going to hear. I'm just going to be something I got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going nowhere. My dog Lunatic, appreciate the super chat. My guy. He said, like, sub, and share. Let's effing go. Cowboys Nation DC 4L. Facts. This is my block, bro. Cowboy Nation is my hood, my home. Twitter's my home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to let people run me off and take away my joy. Especially, not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty damn good at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty damn good at it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You're going to just deal with me or move over. You know what I'm saying? As they said on, what was that? State property. Get down or lay down, man. So I appreciate you all, man. My dog Angry says, yeah, I'm trying to make it to the home game against the Arizona Cardinals, first game at AT&T. I'm so hyped. Let me know, bro. I might pull up to that game. It's a Monday night game, right? I might pull up to that one, too. I might pull up to that game as well. As of right now, the only other home game I'm going to Washington next week, and I'll be for Kansas City for Thanksgiving. Depending on what we look like, I might do the Chargers. I might do Philly, might do Philly on that one. Depends. But I've seen Philly versus Cowboys so many times. But I'm damn sure doing Vegas. I'm thinking about doing Denver. I kind of want to go to Denver because I heard that's a quick trip for me to get to Denver. So I might do that too as well. So we shall see. But we appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, salute to our sponsors in Sleeper. They're giving you a free $20 just for downloading the app right now. Use the code CFO to get a $100 match up to $100. And, yeah, we appreciate y'all, and we'll probably go live tomorrow. So for everyone, stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. Go Cowboys. Victory Monday. Peace.
Today's video is brought to you by Sleeper. So you think you know football, huh? Okay, let's turn your football knowledge into real money. Download the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players. With more stats than any other daily fantasy app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live stats. Pick more or less from predicted stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money if your pick wins. So use the promo code CFO, and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. So download Sleeper now, and let's get this money, gang.